What's up guys, Groovy Guitar Dude here with the beginner guitar tutorial for Spring Day by BTS. If this video helps you out, hit that like and subscribe button and let me know down in the comments below what are the songs by BTS that you want to learn on guitar. Guys, the first thing that you want to know to play Spring Day on guitar is that in order to get rid of some bar chords and keep the song as beginner friendly as possible, we're going to capo up to 3rd fret. And if you don't have a capo, I'll have a link to get this capo for free right up here. The next thing that you want to know to play Spring Day on guitar is the structure of this song. We're going to start out with an intro, then go to verse, then pre-chorus, then chorus, then verse, pre-chorus, chorus again. Then we're going to have a short bridge, and we're going to finish up with one last chorus to take us out of the song. And guys, the last thing you should want to know before we dive into Spring Day is the 6 chords that you need to play this on guitar. The first one is C. The next one is E minor. The next one is A minor. The next one is G. And the last two are a little bit tricky, so I will have beginner ways to play both of them in the pinned comment below. The next one is F. And the last one is pretty weird. It's called an F minor 6, and it's going to look like this. And I'll have chord charts for all of those in the pinned comment below for those of you who need them. And again, beginner ways to play both of those last 2 tricky chords in the pinned comment as well. And with all that in mind, guys, let's dive into Spring Day. Man, this is one of those songs that I've been meaning to get to for the longest time. I've gotten hundreds, if not thousands of requests for this song, and I just finally sat down with it a few days ago and worked it all out. So I'm really stoked to share this one with you guys. This song is pretty beginner friendly. It's just a couple of chord progressions and a couple of strum patterns to go along with it. It's mostly pretty repetitive, but there's a few places where it changes up, so let's dive into the song. So we're going to start out with our intro. Our intro is very easy. We're going to have one chord progression with a very simple strum pattern to go along with it. Our intro chord progression is going to be C, E minor, A minor, and F. And again, I will have a beginner way to play that F chord in the pinned comment below if you need it. That's our chord progression for our intro, and you might already be able to tell, but we're just going to do a single down strum for each one of those chords for our intro. It's that simple, just a single down strum for each chord for our intro, and then we're into our first verse. So one more time, single down strums are pretty simple, but it kind of looks like this. We've got C, E minor, A minor, and F. And that's your intro right there. That's going to repeat a couple of times. If I remember right, it might repeat twice before it gets into the verse. I might be wrong about that, but I know it repeats at least twice, and then we get straight into the verse from there. It's really, really simple, guys. You know what single down strums look like, but a couple of times that intro chord progression and strum pattern will look about like this. And from there, guys, we're into what's being played for our verses. Now, this is going to be a pretty easy one to learn because we're going to be using the same exact chord progression that we used for the intro. That chord progression actually reoccurs several times throughout the song. It's kind of the core of the song. So we're going to do that same chord progression. It's going to be C, E minor, A minor, and F. Just like that, but we're going to have a different strum pattern for our verses. And this strum pattern is going to be one that we're going to be using through most of the song, so pay close attention because it comes back up just like that chord progression did. So we're going to use our C chord as our example here. What we're going to do is we're going to have 6 down strums for each chord. Now, to make it just a tiny bit more complicated, but to make it sound a lot more like the actual song, what we're going to do is that we're going to put the emphasis on a couple of specific down strums in this pattern. So you'll notice that 4 of those down strums are underlined. That's actually where we're going to put our emphasis. So let me show you what I mean with our C chord as our example. So for this, the underlined chords are going to get more of a thorough down strum, and the non-underlined chords are going to get kind of just a very, very subtle down strum. So it's almost a little transition down strum. It's kind of hard to explain, but let me show you. So we've got down, 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 down is what that's going to look like. A little faster or closer to full speed. Down, 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 down. So the ones that are those more full big down strums are the ones that are underlined. The ones that are not underlined, those two down strums that are not underlined, are very, very subtle. They're almost these kind of like little phantom down strums, you might would call them. There's probably a proper term for them. I'm not sure if that's what's it. I'm sure that's not it, but it's basically that. We're gonna have that 6 down strum pattern with those 4 accented strums. Down, 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 down. For each chord, just like that. And again, that strum pattern is important because it comes back up several other places in the song. So make sure you got this down before you move too much further on. So guys, a quick little walkthrough of what our verse chord progression with that verse strum pattern will look like, kind of guided through, is about like this. Start with our C chord. We're gonna go down, 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 down. Just like that, and that is going to repeat through all of our verses. So guys, a couple of times through that verse, chord progression and strum pattern without me talking will look about like this. From there, guys, the next thing that we're going to be into is our pre-choruses. And for our pre-choruses, we're going to be playing exactly the same thing we played for our intros. So one more quick time through that, we're going to have C, E minor, A minor, and F. Same chord progression we've had through the whole song so far, but we're going to drop back down to those single down strums for each chord. So again, we've already been over this, but a quick little overview. We've got down, 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 just like that, and we're going to play it twice before we get into the chorus. So one more quick time through that chord progression and strum pattern that we're going to be using for our intro and our pre-choruses without me talking will look about like this. So finally, guys, that's going to bring us into our choruses. Now, our choruses are a little bit tricky just because it's a lot to remember. We have a pretty long chord progression for our choruses that's going to repeat. It's 8 chords that will repeat 3 times. So it's kind of a lot to remember, but it's not too terribly bad, so hang in there with me. First, let's take a look at this chord progression. So we're going to start with a C, then we go to E minor, then we're going to go to F, and then we're going to go to that F minor 6, which is that kind of weird chord that might not be familiar to most of you guys. That's what that looks like. From there, we're going to go to an A minor, then to an E minor, then we're going to get F, and then to that F minor 6 again. Just like that. And that 8 chord progression right there will repeat 3 times for each chorus. So it's a little bit to remember because it's a lot of chords in there, but once you get that down, it's not too bad. And again, that little transition from your F to your F minor 6 is a little bit funky, but again, that's just a practice thing. Once you just do it a couple of times slowly and then kind of work your speed up for that one, no problem at all. So that's our chord progression right there. We're actually going to be using that same 6 down strum pattern for this. So that, again, C chord is our example here. We got down, 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 down. that same strum pattern that we used in the verses, just like that for each chord. So guys, a little guided walkthrough of what that chorus chord progression will look like with that 6 down strum pattern with those kind of accented down strums will be about like this. We'll start with our C chord, and it'll look about like this, kind of guided through. We'll go down, 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 down. Just about like that, repeated 3 times for each one of your choruses. So guys, a couple times through that chorus chord progression with that strum pattern, without me talking, will look about like this. And guys, the very last thing you know to play Spring Day on guitar is the bridge. Now, the bridge is a couple of chord progressions and a couple of strum patterns, but it's much easier than it sounds. Let's break this down. So our first line there is going to be our first little chord progression that we'll run through. We're going to play F, G, E minor, and then back to F. And for that first line, the one that we just played through, we're just going to do a single down strum for each chord, just like we just did. So single down strum for each one of those chords on the first line. It'll look about like this. We're going to go F, G, E minor, and then back to F. Next, we'll go to that second line, the one with 3 chords. That's going to be F, G, E minor. But for each one of those chords, we're going to play that 6 down strum pattern, just like we played it in the chorus and the verses. So here's our F chord here. This is the second line with those 3 chords. We're going to go down, 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 down. And then very last, we're going to have a small pause. We're going to go down to that very bottom line, which is just that G chord there. We're going to go to the G chord. After a very short, small pause, we're going to have 6 building down strums. Now, if you don't know what that means, it's pretty easy. All we're going to do is start really, really quiet with our strum pattern. We're just going to do 6 down strums for this one, but we're going to start really quiet. And by the 6th down strum, we need to be pretty loud. So it's going to sound kind of like this. Down strums only, 6 of them. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that. So one more time through that is just that last G chord. We're going to do 6 building down strums. We're going to start really quiet, but the 6th down strum we're going to be loud. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that. And that's going to take us into the very last chorus of the song. So a little guided walkthrough of what that whole bridge will look like all together. We'll start with our first chord there at the very top, that F chord. We'll go down, 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 down. Second line, first F chord, down, 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 down. Now onto the last line, little tiny bit of space here. We get to that G, we're gonna build it. Down, 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 down. Just like that. And that is gonna take us into our very last chorus. And guys, that is everything that you need to know to play Spring Day on guitar. As always, if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments down below. I'm usually pretty quick getting back to those. And again, if this video helped you out, hit that subscribe button. I have about 750 other guitar and ukulele lessons on this channel, and I usually try to post at least 3 to 5 new lessons every single week. So if you're learning guitar or ukulele, there could not be a more perfect channel for you to check out. If you want to see where I'm traveling right now, what songs I'm jamming on, or pictures of my dog, you can hit up my Instagram at the Groovy Guitar Dude. Link for that will be in the description below. And lastly guys, if you want to support the channel and get your name in the credits at the end of each new tutorial, you can hit up my Patreon at patreon.com/thegroovyguitardude. Link for that will be in the description below as well. Guys, Spring Day is one of those songs that I've been meaning to get to for the longest time, and like I said, I've gotten hundreds if not thousands of requests for this song, so sorry it took me a little while to get to this one. I just hadn't heard it before, and so I finally listened to it a couple of days ago and kind of worked it all out and stuff. And this song, I think part of the reason why I hadn't done this one before is because I had listened to it and I heard there was kind of just a lot going on chord-wise with this song. There was just some kind of funky chord patterns, particularly in the chorus, so I'd kind of held off on teaching this one for a little bit. But it's really a fun song, and it's mostly a pretty beginner-friendly song. Now, like I said, that F to that F minor 6 transition is a little bit tricky. Again, I will have beginner ways to play both of those chords in the pinned comment below if you need them. I'm sure if you're to this point by the video already, you already know that. But that transition's a little bit funky, but it just is one of those ones that you got to just repeat a couple of times slowly, and you get it down a little faster than you think you will. That's what happened with me. I was kind of like, that's like a weird transition. It's a lot of finger movement. It just is like a weird shape to switch between, and that was the most challenging part of this song for me, and I think it probably will be for a lot of you guys as well. But again, the key to that part, and really anything with guitar in general, is just repetition. So just start really slow and build up your speed as you get that part down, or whatever other part you might be struggling with. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward song, and it's a lot of fun to play. So guys, I had a lot of fun learning this song. I hope you guys have a lot of fun learning it as well. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all soon.